and progress. 3, 2, 1.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of the WireTap podcast. We're gonna call this the 24.5 podcast. Why? Because I'm gonna be out of town, and this is Alex.
And this is Carlos.
This is
What
Carlos.
happened, man? You just kind of threw it out there without it.
No, I just wanted to introduce. So, guys, I'm gonna be out of town the following. We record these on Fridays, so I'm gonna be out the following week.
You're not supposed to you're not supposed to say that. You just do it. Just do it. Como si nada. But it's okay. Go ahead and let everybody know.
No, it's just that what we're calling it. We're calling
24.5, 24 and a half.
24 and a half, because we're going to make it a nice, cozy show, and just something a little bit different.
It's not that we haven't showered if you're watching this.
Yeah, no, it's just we decided we don't want to leave you another week without, just saying, hey, I'm going to be out.
This vital, important content for your life.
Yeah, so we decided to give you something there for those that look forward to it and want to listen to it. We appreciate you. We would appreciate it if you give that subscribe, hit that like,
hit that bell.
And also, hey, listen, guys, ladies, put a comment. If there's a subject you guys want to talk, or some subjects like, hey, that's boring. Like, I don't want to hear that. Maybe some of you do want to hear that. Put the little thing. It's like, no, we want to hear that. It's like, no, I don't want to hear that.
Let us know.
Get that interaction in there. It's like, I know a lot of you are listening out there. Our views show it. Maybe you're not subscribed. So, subscribe. Show some love.
Subscribe. Hit that like. Make that comment.
On iTunes, Spotify,
Google
iTunes,
Podcasts,
everything. Google
Apple
Podcasts.
Music. We can go on and on.
Everywhere. But anyways, Carlos, welcome back.
Thanks, man.
Glad
you brought us back. Listen, man. I wanted to talk about this. Look,
was that too much? Should we do it over or let's go?
You'll figure it out soon. Listen. I wanted to talk about 3 specific topics on this 24 and a half show. Okay. On this 24 and a half show, I want to talk about some fun, right? I want you to understand some fun. I want you to learn something out of this. And then I also want to ask you something, Alex, and I'm dead serious. It's incredibly important, I think. Listen, first of all, I know you're going on vacation, which is why we're doing this 24.5, as you just mentioned. Do you have any vacation spots that you will never forget, Alex?
Oh, there's plenty, man. There's plenty. Some of them. Is
there for you? Listen, I know we can call this, we could probably call this segment the best vacation spot ever. But the reality is that's opinion based, right? Correct. You have an opinion about what you think the best vacation spot. I have the best vacation spot that I think I've ever experienced, and I've done my share of travel just like you. But yeah, man.
And the thing is, we adapt and we learn and we evolve just as human beings, and we grow. And if you're not growing, you're doing something wrong, guys and ladies. You're doing something wrong. We should all kind of grow spiritually, experience things, try different foods, try different things. And guess what? If you don't like it,
out of your bubble.
There's always McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, Burger King, whatever you're into, But anyways, you got to experience things.
Yeah, man, that's great.
Listen, dude, I remember, and maybe, it's not even a vacation spot. It could be the people that are around you. Because if the people are around you, you can make any
up the
spot.
Vacation. Right.
You can make any vacation spot great. Like, one thing that I think I cherish the most, and it's probably one of the vacations we took with my mom. We went to, it was in Colima, Mexico.
Yeah.
We stayed at a nice resort. I remember us having some time feeding horses, walking. It's vivid memories. It's not, I don't really remember precise things. I just remember having a great time being at the ocean, eating fresh seafood right there on the coast, just enjoying. I love horses. So just getting to ride the horses and just being with
on
my
the
mom,
ocean,
my sister, and some cousins that were with us. I mean, it was just a great time, and I've been to a lot of places, but I think that I remember that one as, and that's why I'm saying, Carlos, to me, it's not the best vacation spot ever. I think it's just the
memorable
experience that
vacation
I had.
for you.
Correct, that it makes it unique, right?
Of course. course.
But I mean, there's other vacation spots that I've gone to. We've gone to Florida and some other ones in California, and it's going out to the mountains. I love nature, like so going up to the sequoias in Yosemite Park. Those type of are great. I didn't enjoy going to Washington D.C. even though I like seeing the Capitol, but that seemed more like a job, like a hike, like you really were out there sweating, going to all these museums. It was something
They got
to
some good
experience.
museums, man. Great museums
Yeah,
out there, though.
it's something to
I'm not
experience,
gonna
but
lie.
maybe it's not the best vacation. And I'm hoping that eventually, we'll go out of our way. I want to go to Hawaii, go to Cancun, and even I remember when
I
I was
think
small.
Cancun has gotten too touristy. If I could
But I
chime in
still
there,
want to go because you know what?
you
I
want to
went
experience
there.
it. I get it. I get it.
No, we went there when I was a kid, really small, with my mom one time, and I don't really remember a whole lot. And I do want to experience my sister where we were going, but prior to COVID, and then everything slowed down.
Yeah,
And I know
had to
you're someone that
postpone.
likes to travel, and you've gone a lot of places. And so, what's your best places?
I've done Central America, I've done South America, I've done North America, I've gone overseas. Uh, Listen, man, I if there is one spot, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I can nail this down by spots, it's gonna be Playa del Carmen. Playa del Carmen is located in Mexico, of course. It's called the Riviera Maya, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about the Mayas. You really get a dose, right? You get a taste.
Hmm.
You get a mouthful of the culture, of the indigenous culture, how some people are still holding on to this culture and they're still holding on to their ways of life. I got an opportunity, man, to go into a cenote, which is
Hmm.
basically
Oh, I love
holes.
it.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
holes in the middle of the ground that have, there's this water that has these magical powers. I wasn't interested in that. What I was interested in is how
The
these
special
people
rock.
live, right? The special rock and how they view these sacred swimming holes. It was just marvelous, man. It was just something. I got a chance to explore the pyramids. Listen, I am incredibly grateful that I have traveled so much. But I'm going to say, Alex, that Playa del Carmen, there's a Fifth Avenue scene, like outside of the beach. There's this American vibe village
Hmm.
that really is really. I think it was great. But for me, man, I think it was just the views, right? It's very Bali, right? You could get
Hmm.
the huts in the middle of the water, very
Yeah.
Bali, very Maldives, very affordable. If I could add that seafood, I mean, I ordered so much seafood as I'm staring at the ocean, bro, for like,
Hmm.
if I'm honest and real, maybe 50-60 bucks, right? Spent some serious money, but don't get me wrong, I really spent some good time, right? It was fantastic. I get amused over little things. I really sink into a history, into culture.
Oh, for
And
sure.
man, I really dive into it. I don't just look at something and say, "Oh, that's cool." No, no, no. I really dive in deep. Did some touring throughout the area. It was great, but I've also got some horrible spots, man.
Uh,
I've also got some horrible spots that I thought were going to be luxurious, and it was nowhere near luxury. It was, man, when do I leave, and when is the plane leaving? But I would say, I
which
would say,
which one is that one, dude?
oh, bro, I think it might have been Colima. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're
Nah,
like,
nah,
what?
nah. Punch you in the mouth, will you?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. Costa Rica was nice. You know what? I probably shouldn't say this. Look, man. Look, Jamaica, I was not a fan of. I was
Yeah,
not a fan of Jamaica. I did not. I just didn't. Ocho Rios was nothing exciting for me. Puerto
yeah.
Rico was nicer, if I can be real, honestly. Puerto Rico
Yeah,
was
I wouldn't mind heading to
much
Puerto
nicer.
Rico, like
Yeah,
for.
Puerto Rico is nice. Puerto Rico is very nice, and if you take the time and travel the island, I think I told you this last time. If you take
Mhm.
the time and travel the island, rent a car, and just go to opposite ends of the island, bro, you
Yeah.
see the rainforest, you get a dose of the ocean. It's great. It doesn't top Playa del Carmen, but I was just, man, if there's a place that I'm not excited about going back to, it'd be a Jamaica, right? You know what else I
Mhm.
didn't like? The Bahamas.
Dude,
The
but hold on.
Bahamas.
If you stayed in the resort, like in that one little section, it
That's
looks
it.
pretty nice. That's it.
Where in the
That's what I'm saying.
Bahamas?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the only resort, Alex. That's the that's the only
Well, I mean, the place
resort.
is. To be fair, the place is not that big either. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Yeah. It's a
I
tiny
just
little island.
it is. It is. Everyone has their taste, and this is why I go back to, hey, this is just my opinion. I think Atlantis is overpriced, if I'm honest.
Hmm.
Very overpriced. Got a chance to tour Atlantis. Got a chance to really feel for Atlantis. Man, I walked out of there thinking I could do this in Florida. I can go to Alley's Beach, spend the same amount of money and enjoy myself on 30A and
You
never
know
feel
what,
like I
Carlos?
and feel like I left the country. I'm just
Not,
being
not,
honest.
yeah, not right now, and not to make it anything political or anything like that. We all know what's going on with Cuba,
Oh man, it's bad,
with
bro.
everything, and it's
Yeah.
so bad. And if you guys can do anything to support that, that's great. But
I was thinking about this, Alex. Let me say this before you continue. You want to know how you can help Cuba? People, I've wrecked my brain over this, and I'm like, this is so easy because you can't really do anything for Cuba, right? The American
Mhm.
government can't do nothing for Cuba. It's their own thing. They got the way you help Cuba is you find a Cuban, you give them money to send back to their family. I'm just being honest. That's the only way you can help Cuba right now. None of this hashtag free Cuba, none of this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it's just not going to help. The way you
So,
help Cuba is find a Cuban, give them some money to send back home. Just being real.
do they end up taking some of that money, or do they actually the family actually gets it?
I mean, the family actually gets it, but it's incredibly expensive. Have you seen some
Yeah.
of these reels that are taking place?
No, no.
A guy bought six diapers. Okay. Bought
Oh yeah,
six
it's crazy.
diapers. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
No, I
Six
haven't seen the
diapers.
TikTok, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. $80. $80, six diapers, and half a gallon of OJ. You kidding me? You
Yeah.
kidding me? That's how you help Cuba. You help send money because that's the only way these people are going to survive.
I wouldn't
I'm just
mind, like, not right now because of everything that's going on, but I wouldn't mind visiting Cuba and just get to experience that kind of like little section and everything. I think it's humbling to see in where some of these people, it's like when you go to these countries. Is you think sometimes you have it bad here in the United States. I don't think I have it bad, but I just say some people do,
of course.
right?
Yeah, man.
and,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you go to these places, and if you experience other cultures, other everything, and you see how real people are living outside of the United States, man, you'd be so more humble and more appreciative of what you have. It's not even funny.
Right.
But I think I would want to see Cuba, or I would like to visit it at one point where it's not going, everything that's going on.
Right. Sorry, I don't know what just happened here. Listen, I appreciate people who want to do that, Alex. I really do. I appreciate people who want to support economic development and build. But what's happening when you go to Cuba and you spend your money and you do all that, what it's supposed to do, right? When you
Mhm.
visit a city, even in the United States, Alex, you support tourism, right? That
Mhm.
means it's going to support X amount of jobs and it's going to help the people that need it the most, right? It's your frontline workers. I would say tourism really sponsors frontline workers, if I'm honest, man. And you go to a place like Cuba that's creating so much oppression,
Yeah.
your tourism dollars aren't helping the economy. They're helping
No.
somebody else. They're helping somebody else. So I hear you. I
Well, it
feel you.
depends. It depends, right? It depends on what you're doing in if you're going to local little small little businesses. And honestly, that's what I like to explore. I like because sometimes
The
even in
raw,
Mexico,
you want to
yeah,
experience the raw stuff. Yeah.
sometimes when you go to Mexico or even some places like this, you you can go to big restaurants or whatever, but man, some of the best food that I've tasted is the guy sitting at the corner, dude. It's the
Yeah, no,
little,
of course. Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
little place that is got the little restaurant, technically in La Cochera, which is technically almost like a garage. You know,
Yeah.
it's those places, man. I've had the most incredible food. It's crazy. So I didn't say anytime soon. I think at one point, maybe who knows, they got their own civil war. Well, hopefully not, and they come to a democratic, you know. But who wants to give up the dictatorship, right? But anyway, I didn't
Exactly.
want to make it into a politic thing. I was just saying that at one point in my life, I do would want to go like visit like Cuba, Puerto Rico. I haven't gone to those, but and it's not because it just haven't made it happen. There's
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
places that I want to go first, like going to Rivera Maya, obviously Cancun area and stuff. Not actually stay at Cancun, but because in Rivera Maya is where you got all the parks,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
then I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
I actually found the place in Mexico that I actually was ready to go, bro. I couldn't think of the name, and I'm like, what is that city that I went to that I was like, I'm ready
Yeah.
to go? It was
Where?
Progreso.
Progreso.
You ever
Oh,
heard of
gotcha.
Progreso? It's
No,
down
I
the
have no idea.
Yucatan Peninsula. It's right down the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah,
It's
but in
located like
Guatemala or where?
no, 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 no. It's right there. It's called Progreso, Mexico. It's
Oh,
horrible, man. Listen, they need tourism dollars. They need tourism dollars. I'm gonna be real. They
nah.
really do. But I, for a while, I was like, man, I'm just gonna leave all my belongings here because I'm really afraid for my life. And there was nothing I could do about it.
I think
But yeah,
Carlos. I think that, like I said, I don't think it's the place. I think it's the experience that you have at a certain location. That yes, a place can be beautiful, but if the place is beautiful and you have a horrible experience, you won't associate that that's the best vacation spot.
right,
You can
right,
go to
right,
this
right.
rinkety place, and
I
as
don't
long
know,
as you
man.
have the exit,
If you take some good people with you to Progreso, I don't know if you'll like Progreso. Just
no. But what I'm saying is, it's not just about the place; it's also about the company that you have
no, of
around.
course. I saw the philosophy you were making there. No, no, no. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I do. I
One
get it.
thing, Carlos, let me ask you
Yeah,
something. Now that we're talking about travel, one thing that pet peeves you when you go on vacation with other either
please don't say
couples,
what I'm thinking about.
family,
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah.
it?
What's a pet peeve?
Yeah,
Complainers. Listen, I'm gonna
elaborate,
show. I'm
elaborate,
gonna. Oh gosh, you don't want me to elaborate, man. This is gonna be
just a
bad.
little bit. Now give
Listen,
us a
listen.
short version.
Here's what I don't like. I'm a planner, right? I'm a planner. I still plan vacations to places that I've been multiple times. I'll use an example. I'll go to New York City in a heartbeat, right? I'll go to New York City. I will still plan that vacation in a heartbeat. You know why? I've been there so many times. I still haven't seen everything. Love the city. Absolute, just one of my favorite cities, man. Don't get me wrong.
Let's
It's
go. Let's go. Where are
fantastic,
we going?
right? Right. But here's the thing, Alex. Here's the thing, Alex. I have an itinerary. Check this out. I build an itinerary for every single day, and if possible, every 2 to 3 hours. And when someone says, "Oh, I don't really like that. That's not really my thing," what I want to say to them is, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Right? If that's not your thing, keep it to yourself because number one, you've never been here before. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to expose you to one of the cities that you decided to come to that you've never been to, that I'm trying to pull the best of the best to
Preach.
show you, right?
Preach.
I'm trying to give you new experiences, right? To get you out of your little bubble, right? Because you are living in 30507 for the past X amount of years and you can't get out of your zip code, right? Here I am trying to do my very best, right? To plan one of the best vacations, find some of the best restaurants, let you taste what you've never tasted in your entire life. And this is how you know I'm on a soapbox here because I'm yelling now. And you still don't appreciate it, right? And you don't appreciate it. It's okay. Okay, that's fantastic. I'm glad it was just okay. Next time, noted, you're never coming back with me on another vacation, right?
Yeah.
Noted, you're never coming back. You're never being invited. You will be offended because I'm not going to invite you, right? Those
Yeah.
individuals are the individuals I dread in life and I dread to go vacation with, right? If you are not willing to experience new things, I'm not asking you to jump off the Empire State Building and let's go ziplining. I'm not asking you to do that, right? I'm not. I
Mhm.
would love to, but I'm not asking you to do that. All I'm asking you is, hey, let's go to the top of the Empire State Building and let's really look down at this beautiful city and just take a moment to just
And
realize
soak it
how
in.
small we
Yeah.
are, right? How
No, just
small
soak it
we
in.
are
Yeah,
and
for
how
sure.
big the world that we live in, right? Those are just little things that I'm expecting you to pull from this instead of, oh, yeah, that was okay, right? Get out, go, just go, take the flight back, right? Because I have planned out that type of stuff, right? That stuff for the past or for the next 3 to 4 days. And I'm living off of an itinerary every single day because I've got, instead of you being appreciative that somebody has taken their time to really
Mhm.
break down the city, to really show you the boroughs, to really get you to experience food on the street and food in a restaurant, right? And to experience different cultures within a city, you ought to be grateful, right? You ought to say, oh man, you really gave me a dose of what New York City. I never thought I
And you
experienced
know
New York
what?
City that
And
way.
you know what? You don't have to
Yeah.
like it as far as like the every single thing that you do is like,
No,
oh,
you
but
don't.
but it's but you
Shut
have
up
to
about
experience and be like, no, it's like if you go, it's be like, oh, this was cool to see. It's not really my cup of tea, but you're going with the plan. It's not you're not being a naysayer from the beginning.
it,
After
right?
you experience it, like, you know what? It was cool. I saw it. It wasn't my thing. I think the next thing we'll do is probably be better and go with it, right? But
Here's
go
my
ahead. Send
response.
me.
Here would be my response. I'm gonna leave this alone because you really lit me up right here. Right? Here's my response to those individuals. I would say to them, okay, then you figure out what to do. What are we doing today?
Yeah.
This would be the number one response in that room as we're sitting down trying to figure out what to do because you don't know what's going on and you don't even know what time it is, right? This would be your
Mhm.
response. I don't know. Well, now I know not to ever vacation with you because you don't know what to do. So you're just expecting to just walk out of a hotel and say, let's see what happens. Sweetheart, you could walk 6 miles all day and still not see anything, right?
Okay,
Again,
so
I
set
go
me up.
back
Set
to
me up. Set me up.
set me up, right? So anyway, that is one of my pet peeves. Alex, your go.
No, no, set me up the right way.
What are you talking about, man? All right, all
You
right, all
gotta
right, all right. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Alex,
make it ready.
Alex, when you go on vacation, what annoys you to the core, bro? What makes you say, I wish I had the ability to point a wand at this person and have them just
I'm
disappear
ready. I'm
for
ready.
the next 6 days? Go.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Going with cheap people.
Oh,
Nah, no, no. Just kidding. But no,
oh, I
but here
can't
we go.
stand. I just paid
Listen,
$30 for that.
nah. So check this out, right? One thing that peeves me. I'm not the planner. I
Right,
go with the plan.
right,
So this is
right,
probably why
right.
I use like,
Do
hey, I
y'all have
got this.
itinerary? Do y'all do
No, no,
itineraries
listen.
like I do?
I don't I don't do the itinerary. That's
Okay, okay.
so like if we go if I would go with you, like we've gone vacations before, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe not
We
not
were,
not
yeah,
at
we
the
were
young
not
at the young
doing things. Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. Go ahead.
whatever. With younger, we haven't gone as a couples or whatever. No, none of that, right? But I'm more of the I go
Go with the flow.
you got the plan? I'm down. Let's go
Yeah,
there. Whatever.
yeah.
So you know me, I'm more of the food guy. Is like,
Right,
let's eat good.
right.
Where we're gonna
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
I'm on
If the
vacation.
attractions suck, make the food good. I
Yeah,
get it.
I don't care where we go. I go with the flow. I go wherever we want to go. You want to go there? That's fine. Let's go there. I try to enjoy myself. Even if I don't like it, I'll stay quiet. I'll see. I'll try to get the good. If it's not something that's like, no, no, you guys go right there. Okay, hang on to the kids or
I'll figure
whatever.
this out.
No, you know what I'm saying. I'll hang on with the kids. You guys go. I'll wait. I don't try to rush anybody.
Because
I
you've
let
checked
things
out already. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I let things happen. I let things
Right,
happen.
right, right, right.
I don't try to complain about that. Except everybody complains in the trip no matter what. But
Always.
you try not to complain as you go with the flow. My thing is let's eat good. whatever that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on vacation. I'm not gonna be packing no sandwiches. I eat freaking sandwiches here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I
Yeah.
eat
Of
sandwiches
course.
here. It's
Right.
like, I'm sorry, I'm on vacation. I got the money to come on vacation. I'm planning now. That's my internal. Sorry, guys. This is my internal battle that I have inside of me. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's like, let's eat good. I don't care what the price costs. I don't care what it
Yeah.
is.
You don't
$100.
want some honey, some sweet honey, chicken crispers from Chili's. You're
But
not looking
listen,
for that on.
this is my internal battle that I'm having inside of me when we're talking about food, and they know, and I see, but I'm cool on the outside. It's like, hey, look, I understand. I'm empathetic of other people's, you know, maybe are not financially the same way, or I don't know what their situation is. So
Yeah.
I'm always like mindful of that. So you're like,
Yeah.
hey, look, let's go eat here. Is like, that's fine. Sometimes I'll approach you and be like, hey, do you mind if we go, hey, do you guys mind if we go to this restaurant? It's like this food is blah. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, the price range is roughly around about, like, let's just say $20 to $35 a plate. Depends on what you get. You guys are
Is it a
cool with it?
buffet? Is it a
Yeah.
buffet?
Yeah. You guys are cool with that? And then they're like, yeah, yeah, no, that's fine. Let's go there. It's like,
And
okay,
then the
that's
bill
fine.
shows that.
But sometimes people could be like, oh no, let's just go over here and everything. And inside of me, it's like, damn, why we gotta go right there? You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, if you that's cool if you guys want to go. But as you get older, sometimes I have said, it was like, no, you know what? If you guys want to go there, that's cool. We're planning.
We're
I
gonna
think we
go
want to
that
go.
way.
We're gonna go. I think we want to go try this place. If that's
Oh
cool, that
god.
we'll be back up. And then sometimes like, oh yeah, that's fine. It was like, because sometimes I'm thinking, why I gotta suffer if that's what you want?
Right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm
right,
here to experience some stuff. I want to try good food. And sometimes it doesn't have to be expensive. It's just like, hey,
right.
we know this great spot right here in the corner. I think we went down to this taqueria, like there was kind of like little famous in Orlando.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of
yeah.
good restaurants around. But they said
Yeah.
this is the spot you want to experience this. I was like, oh, dude, let's go there. Let's go get the stuff. And it wasn't that expensive at all. So it's not about the price, it's about the experience. But don't take me to go eat Zaxby's when I'm on vacation. Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Taking me to McDonald's. It's like, you know what I'm
Oh
saying? It's like, I'm
man,
gonna go
that's
this
great.
way. So
That's great.
anyways,
That's great.
that's one of my pet peeves. I don't really say it out loud, but I do have that battle
But
internally.
I'm gonna say this right now. He said I don't say it out loud, but I want to say it out loud. But I
Yeah,
mean
I'll say it here.
but see, that's
You
the
know,
thing about
I'm on
vacation,
vacation
right?
mode. I'm on
Listen,
vacation mode.
I mean no disrespect, and I don't know if my parents listen to this because I know my parents have it, right? I know they have it in this day and age in 2021 that they could afford nice meals. But bro, my dad will not spend $30-$40 on a plate. His response is going to be, is it a buffet? Right? No, no, no. So what I do is I avoid those situations so that way my
You don't invite them,
vacation
period.
flows. That's right. That way
Yeah.
my vacation flows. That way my vacation is good. That way I'm really vacationing and getting away from what I need to get away from. Does that flow with you? Does that make
Carlos,
sense?
I got one for you. So when when we go on business trips, you know what I'm saying? When we go to business trips,
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even care where we're staying at the what hotel. I don't even care
Right. No,
what
I
place we
do.
gotta
I
go for
do.
a
I
meet.
do.
Listen. So I don't really care where the meeting, where the place where we're going, all the stuff and everything. It's like, all right, we're staying at this place. Let me check the surrounding. Oh, this is a top restaurant right here. This is the place here. It's like, how many days we're staying? 3 days. Okay, all right. So we're gonna hit this place here. We're gonna go to this place. So I make the itinerary around the restaurants that I want to
Around the
experience
food.
at. So when we
Right.
went to Texas, it's like, okay, we're here. Okay, Hutchinson Barbecue is a
Oh
great
yeah,
joint.
yeah,
It's
yeah. Yeah.
a really good place. Anyways, I was like, okay, that's a spot we have to hit no matter what. Then we have
Yeah.
this one. So I'll make like the trips, and I'm thinking it's like, where we're gonna go eat. It's like,
I mean, look, that's your thing about vacation. See, that's where you find rest, right? That's where you find rest, Alex, when you go on vacations, right? I totally get it when you say, hey, I'm not trying to go to Zaxby's on vacation. The only way I'd have Zaxby's is if I'm driving somewhere on the way there, right?
And I just said Zaxby's. It could be Chick-fil-A. It could be whatever fast food restaurant you're into. I was just making an example of a chain that's everywhere.
You even said it very very
Don't take me as
very Spanish, el Saxby's.
it's
Yeah,
Zaxby's
man,
on
it's Saxby's, right?
and
No, but
and
it's true.
I've
It's
been there.
true.
Listen, there was a time in my life. There's a time in my life that you gotta stretch every dollar, and I understand.
Yeah,
And I'm
man.
not
You do.
knocking. Listen,
You do.
I'm not
You
knocking
do.
my people out there or any of the people that are out there that they're taking the little um coolers with sandwiches and everything. They got a big family. That stuff. It's like, hey, I understand. You're on vacation. You took your people to Disney World. It was a big expense as it
Different
is.
conversation there. Yeah.
I'm in a different, like, let's just say, level in my life that
Tax bracket.
I,
Different
or,
tax bracket.
and I saved, let's just say that I allocated money for vacation, you know, and I want to experience and I don't want to eat the same food. This is why I'm going on vacation. But I understand it if you're in a different level, you got to do, and it's great that you're taking your family on vacation. Some people never take them and never take that hardship to take their family to experience something that because of a money situation. So whenever
Right.
you saved
Right.
up and you're
Right.
saved, I
Right.
know people from other countries that save 3 4 4 years of income to go to Disney World, take their kids, and
Yeah.
for that is great. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying when you're traveling with me, and if you don't got it, it's like, hey, I'm willing to sometimes even pay for that meal. It's just be upfront. It's like, hey, I don't got, if you want to go, but it's just I don't have. It was like, hey, dude, don't
It
worry
is
about
what
it.
it
It's
is.
going.
It's okay.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
okay. Right.
But
Let's go. Yeah.
but anyways, Carlos, I think we want to talk about 8 financial tip for our
But
young people out there.
speaking of money, right? It's so funny
Yeah.
how we're talking about money and where to take money. Recently, guys, we learned that we've got some listeners. We've got listeners that are within a specific age bracket that are really, are new listeners for sure. They're new listeners from what we have gathered. And I wanted to reach out, and I spoke to Alex about this. We want to just talk about some financial tips for the 18 to 24-year-old, right? The 18 to 24-year-old, a young adult. You're starting out in life and you're trying to figure out what to do. You've got the pressures of the world. You got the Instagram reels, you got the TikTokers, you got everybody trying to sell you some kind of course to hit it big tomorrow because you're about to jump on Amazon FBA. You're about to jump into a Doja coin. Like, you've got all these pressures. And the reality is at 18, you're still trying to figure it out. Even at 24, in certain ways, I was still trying to figure it out when it came to my finances. So want to talk about 8, Alex. I'm going to cover 4 incredibly quickly, and then you cover the 4 as quickly as possible, because I know it's 8 of them. And usually when we talk about top 5, top 8, top 10, we break it down in different weeks. But I wanted, number 1, some of these are pretty self-explanatory, just like the ones you'll cover, Alex. Learning self-control. Guys, you got to know when to spend and when not to spend. You got to learn when to hold them. You got to learn when to fold them. If you're about to make a big purchase, I would always say, walk away, wait at least 1 to 2 days. If you can't shake it, then maybe you need it. If you can shake it and forget about it, you didn't need it. That's the number 1 when you're learning self-control. Number 2, control your financial future. Think about and make plans now and make decisions now that are going to equip you for later, right? We just talked about in our previous episode, I believe that was, and if you haven't heard it, I want to encourage you to listen to it, where we talk about somebody who got some dental work done and they spread out, $3,000 over 72 months that they ended up paying $6,000 over
72.
72 months over $6,000, right? Think about your
26 APR.
Look at that, 26 annual percentage rate.
Horrible
it's
decision.
Crazy, horrible.
But anyway,
think about your future. Think about how much money you're giving away in that moment, right? The third one is know where your money goes. I said this, I believe, at the 2 episodes ago. Listen, there's banks that will give you the ability to connect with an app, and it'll show you what you're spending on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on a bi-weekly basis, where your money is going to. Usually if you're between 18 and 24, you might be at home, you might not be living at home. A lot of the times it's usually going out, having fun, and spending it on food. Totally respect that, but think about your financial future, referring back to number 2, and know where your money is going. That way, when you need to figure out discipline and figure out what's going to happen next, you know exactly what you need to cut back and how much you need to trim, right? The fourth one is starting an emergency fund. We talked about that too last episode as well. Look, $1,000 isn't cutting it anymore. You need to have a savings account, and you need to dedicate a specific amount every other week, every month, how much you're going to put into that. Because nowadays, $1,000 with recent inflation rates and where we're going as a country with just the economic environment that we're in, guys, $1,000 goes away incredibly quick. You can barely do anything nowadays with $1,000. So think about an emergency fund and where that goes, Alex.
Yeah. So number 5 is starting saving for retirement, guys. What this is it's easy. You try to allocate $100 a month. Just it's the earlier the better. If you start working at 16, 17, it doesn't even matter. You're at the 18, or at the 20, it matters. The more you save, like I'll give you a quick example. If you save $100 a month and you started in your 20s and over 40 years, if a guy started at 30, the guy would have put in the money in 10 years. Your friend would have saved up to 230,000, where your account is at 1.7 over the at the same time at 40 years at the end of it if you start early. So I would just say start early, start saving for retirement. That the earlier the better. Start small. That could be your 401k, a Roth account, or if you don't have a 401k, a Roth account, if you, or start investment in a good ETA fund, or whatever you need to do. Another thing is number 6 is get a grip on taxes. We're all obligated to pay taxes. That's just the part system. Obviously, take control of that if you have your own business, or you're starting your own LLC. You look into that, make sure you're protected. If not, you still don't. Doesn't matter if you're getting your paycheck and you're just an employee. Make sure you do your taxes. Don't skip out on that, because the
Right.
IRS will eventually come get you, and it's not worth it. They'll charge you for back charges, finances for all the time. It gets ugly, guys. I hate doing them, but we all got to do them. Number 7 is guard your health. We said it. You're young. Something doesn't feel right. Get it checked out. Here's a. I know personally one of my friends that had a knee injury. Didn't bother to get it checked out. Suffered through it. Blah blah blah. Went with people that massage it, other things. Never properly got it looked at. Anyways, 2 3 years go down the road, and now the knee's jacked up. You can't really do much about it because you didn't take care of it sooner. Where you'd come in the month, they would have been able to fix it, no problem, and you would have been healthy. So
Ouch.
critical, yeah, critical. Just make sure that if something doesn't feel right, get it checked out. We all seen all the stuff, and we don't know what we're putting in our bodies with all these food. So just make sure you get it checked out.
That's true.
Um,
Gotta remember that.
Number 8 is protect your wealth. Um, Obviously you're young. You're maybe not at that level where you really have to protect it as much.
Unless you're living on a living trust and you're a trust baby, right?
Yeah, then that
But
scenario.
those
But
things
if
have
you're,
already taken care of.
yeah, they're already taking care of yourself. But I'm just saying, if you're young, you still got time in your hands, to mess up, fall, get back up, fall again, get back up. So that one I'm not too concerned for the our young audience. I think that they have time, but obviously you want to protect your wealth as much as you can, or the little money that you're investing at the beginning to grow it. And I think that's the last one, Carlos.
That was the last one. Yeah. And did you happen to catch the bottom line? Did you happen to see that?
Oh yeah, the bottom line. Yeah, okay, I'll say that one. It's kind of critical. Remember, you don't need a fancy degree, special backgrounds to become an expert in managing your own finances. If you use these 8 financial rules, financial tips in your life, then you'll be a person that will prosper as someone with a hard-earned MBA in finance.
That's right.
Obviously, guys, it's about having common sense. And look, we all make dumb decisions. We all make impulse buys. I've done it. I made some large ones that are impulse
Still
buys
do
that
it. Yeah, yeah.
I still do it. It's the self control. Sometimes it's hard.
Right.
Know that you mess up, pick yourself back up, and just keep trying again. You know what I'm saying?
Just make sure you have enough to recover.
Yeah.
Right. No. I totally get it. Now
I bought
listen.
I bought a motorcycle back in 2009 as an impulse buy. Talk about something crazy.
I don't, bro.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even. I still to this day I can't believe you did that. I'm
No,
surprised
I
you
mean,
held on.
I held it on for a little while. I sold it, whatever. I got his value, but or not. It doesn't matter. It's a decision that you do and you live with it and you learn. And maybe next time I'll think about it. It's like, do I really
And
need
I
that?
don't know why. I don't know
If I would
why
have took
I allowed you to do that. If I would have known, I probably would have said, "Don't do that. Don't do that."
no, Carlos has the right mindset right there. He told us a good, excellent tip: walk away, shake it off. If you really want it, come back the next day. I didn't do that, so that's what happens.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it, man. It happens to all of us. So don't feel bad, those of you that are making those decisions, but just wanted to give you 8 tips that I read in this article that I was like, man, these are fantastic when it comes to young adults.
One thing,
If somebody would have said that to me a little younger,
Carlos,
I think I'd be in a better position for sure.
Carlos, I want to add one. Number
Yeah.
9, key one: take care of your credit. If you
Yeah. There you
get
go.
something,
There you go.
if you
There you
get
go.
something in payment, make sure you pay it on time. Everyone has online logins. Go on there as soon as you see the payment. Don't even wait for the payment to get to your
Right.
inbox
Right.
or mail.
Right. Right.
Just go ahead and that's your payment paid off. The sooner it shows on your record. Don't be opening and closing accounts that hurt you.
Oh,
Keep
that'll
them
hurt your
open.
FICO. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, keep them open. Make sure you take care of that credit because man, the credit is key on
As you
a
get
lot
older.
of places. Yeah, as you get older. So if you took care of it, it'll do you
Imagine
good.
if you started at 18, 19 years old, right? And you get to 30 years old. Imagine the history of credit that sits on your credit report. Bro,
Yeah.
that is incredible. No. I totally get it,
Yeah.
Alex. That's a good number 9, man. Definitely want to encourage that. So listen, as you talk
Number
about
10,
money,
live a little too though.
what? What was
Live a
number
little
10?
too. Number
Live a
10,
little.
live a little though.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
It's
Don't
not a
get
financial
so
tip,
don't get
but
so
make
uptight.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, don't
Enjoy
get so
life.
uptight. Enjoy
Yeah,
life.
don't get so uptight. Enjoy life,
And then
but
we'll
be
end it there.
responsible. Be responsible. Be responsible. Make the right decisions, and you'll see good things happen for sure. Right. And the fact that you're listening to the show, you're already
You're
on the right
doing all
track.
right. You
You're
get
doing.
enough.
Hey, you're doing all right for yourself. Huh? You're doing all right for yourself. Great job. Huh? You're a good kid. Huh? You're a good boy. Huh? So listen. Listen, as we talk about these vacation spots, we talk about these financial tips. There's one thing, man, that I don't think I've ever asked you, Alex. I don't think we've covered it in this whole show. And this will be, of course, our last segment before we really depart. But I wanted to ask you a question, man. I don't know if you really had the time to think about it. I would hope you did if we signed up for the show today. Is my question to you is, man, out of all the people that you know, right? People that you know, people that you've read about, people that, and I'm talking A to Z. And listen, this is not an exhaustive list, right? This is not an exhaustive. This does not mean this is everybody. I'm talking like 1 or 2. Give me reasons why, and then we close it. But I wanted to ask you, Alex, who inspires you, bro?
So you already know pretty much, and I've said it in the show.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is the man. You know what I'm saying? nah, I'm kidding.
He is. He's a web.
He's just a kid.
He's a
he's
web
a kid,
of fun.
right?
He's a web of fun.
No, Carlos, you already know, man. You already know. I really admire Elon. I really admire Warren Buffett, and I really admire Cristiano Ronaldo. All for different reasons.
That's right.
Yeah, all for different reasons. I think those are incredible people. I would love at one point in my life, if I could ever, is meet not maybe Elon, but definitely Warren Buffett.
So hang on. So
but
hang on.
Cristiano Ronaldo, I think.
I know you said you wanted to.
Yeah.
You had said last time that Cristiano Ronaldo.
It's a dream of mine to
meet
him.
yours, I know, and you'd want hey, do you want some coffee? I know, like
Nah,
you
he's some
wouldn't be
coffee.
that.
Nah, no creepy stuff, man. Come on, get out of here with that stuff.
Get
But
out of here. Get out of here. No, no, no. Listen,
I think
I
that
want you to tell me that. Okay, out of
he's super
Elon.
humble and stuff. I don't care
No,
what
no,
they
no.
say.
So super humble as he's got diamonds all over his private jet.
I don't
Okay.
care.
He's such a
I want to.
humble
How did you
guy.
get those diamonds?
How'd you
Tell
get
me. Now
right?
I know
How'd you
soccer,
okay.
but what's outside of soccer?
Right? What's outside? So
Football for
okay,
my international in Mexico people.
I
Football.
feel like you
Football.
just had a conversation with him. All right. So listen, if it comes to Elon, what's one thing, Alex, that inspires you about him? Just give me one thing about Elon.
His ability to shut everybody out of his mind and see his vision and pursue it.
The ability to close off the noise.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. The ability to not hear or listen to the noise. That's good.
Think about it like that.
That's a good inspiration piece. Yeah. I like that.
I mean,
I like that.
Is just think about how many people I told him no. It's like,
Yeah.
and he's like, dude, I don't care. This is what we're doing. This push, and so the ability to close off the noise is and pursue his vision. It's great.
So tell me about Warren. One thing that jumps out at you about Warren. Did you ever get a chance to watch what I
I
told you
have
to watch
not.
when
I
they
have
had the
it. I
Charlie
have
Munger
it, but
interview? Okay.
but I've been so closing all these projects before I go on vacation that I haven't had the time to
Well, listen to it on
and
vacation.
yeah, I'm gonna listen to it on the road. I have it. I have it. I'm gonna listen to it because I don't think it's a
Good.
visual. It's more of a listening. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm gonna try.
Good.
But one thing that sticks about Warren Buffett is it's strategy over Trump's. Hold on. I was trying to come up with an inspirational thing.
Oh,
But
that's good. That's
okay,
good.
yeah, but but strategy, um,
Here we go.
strategy and
It's coming,
consistency.
guys. Hang on. Here we go.
Hold on.
Say that again. Say
Strategy.
it again.
Hold on. Strategy and consistency wins the race. You like that?
Ooh, ouch. Or one of
Because
those. Nah.
because it's true, bro.
It's
He's
true.
all
It's
about
good
he's all about
strategy.
consistency.
It's all about
the
holding.
strategy,
Yeah.
and that will financially set you free.
Yeah. It's the tortoise and the hare, right?
Mm-hmm.
They both crossed the finish line.
Going
The
back
strategy,
to your
right?
thing about the quick rich, listen to my program. It's this is what you do, blah blah blah. It's all lies, blah blah blah. I'm successful. I got money. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you, pay for my course, and then I tell you the same thing what we're saying here in the podcast for free, and all you gotta do is subscribe. Please do that.
Right? I mean, honestly, what you pay $197 for, you're gonna get it on this podcast for absolutely free.
Because I'm not gonna sit there and tell you how to do it. I'm not gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing.
You gotta
It's
listen.
like I'm
That's
telling
right.
you.
That's right.
I could
All
be.
right. So
we could
number
be doing
three.
a picture. Anyways,
We
number
already-
three, Cristiano
We
Ronaldo.
already know.
His ability. I mean, I just think he's
Great
super
hair.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's one of the all-time best soccer players ever. Period. You know what I'm saying? He comes in. Messi's in that conversation. For some people, it's all opinion based. I think he has improved the level of Cristiano Ronaldo or even Pelé or Maradona. Right? I think they're all in the same right there. But I put Cristiano Ronaldo just because his ability to push. He also is a kid that came from nothing. He's just saying he pursued his dream of being a footballer as hard as he could. So if you pursue your dreams to the hardest ability, you'll succeed. I do believe that even to some degree we all have different levels. His level just went super further, and just his ability to be. I know that people consider him very cocky, but I think he's super humble. Every time you see, he always stops by. As he sees a disabled kid or little kids, he's always touching their hand. He's always he's always like, go watch his stuff. Like, watch him when he interacts with little kids, even if he's not in the. There's like a kids that are watching him, and he's like touching them. Another kid, he's like he gives attention to kids. He's a very and just his ability to be super business oriented. He's got the museum, hotels, knows how to invest. I think it's great. I don't have an inspiration of Kobe from him. I just think that
I don't have anything else to say, but yeah, I get it.
He's excellent, and I think you pursue your dream, to the hardest ability, and you'll be
There you
happy.
go.
And I think
There
that's
you
what
go. Quote of the
that's what
day.
he.
Quote of the day. Say
There
that
you go.
again. Do you remember what you just said?
Yeah, I'll rewatch it and then I'll remember. Nah, but I said I guess it's pursue your dream to the hardest
That's
ability,
great.
and you'll be happy. There you go.
Yeah, it's good. There you go. We need to put that on a piece of wood and hang it in the house.
We'll put
I
it
think
in
you
one
ought
of our
to
shirts
put it on
eventually
a
when we get
shirt.
to that level.
Yeah, yeah. Put
When
it
we
on
get
a
level,
shirt. That's good.
the WireTap
What
podcast,
did you say? What did you
pursue
say right now? What did you say? Say it again.
is if you pursue your dream to the hardest ability, you'll be happy. There you
There you
go.
go. That's good.
I don't know if you're mocking me or what, but anyways, I'm
No,
gonna
dude,
go
I
through.
just, I just want to make
Check
sure that you
it,
don't
check
forget
it.
what you just said. Check it. Nah. Listen, okay,
Anyway,
so listen, I appreciate the three. That was heavy. I asked for maybe 1 to 2. You went out and went 3. Like you went for the A+. I stuck
one.
to 1. Listen, there's
Okay,
a
go
lot
ahead.
of people that I could name off right now, bro. I'm just gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of people that I've read about. There's people that I personally know. But this one recently jumped out at me. And this is a podcast. If I say the name Jordan Belfort, do you know who that is, Alex?
Jordan, Michael Jordan.
Jordan Belfort.
I was
Michael
kidding.
Jordan.
I was kidding.
Saxby's. Yeah, no, no. See, you got me
Is this
saying Michael Jordan. Jordan Belfort. Do you know who that is?
Jordan?
Are you Googling it now? Let me
Yeah, I'm gonna
help
tell
you
you
out.
who he is.
Okay. All right. Who is he,
Go
Alex?
ahead.
Don't give me that. Don't give me the Wikipedia that you tried to break down earlier. Listen, Jordan Belfort is the guy. Everyone may be familiar with the
Oh, I
movie.
know who he is. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
there
had a
you go.
brain.
There,
I had a.
there, that's
I
it. That's it.
the
Here it goes.
name didn't associate
Didn't
the picture,
register.
and
Hmm.
then as soon as you I saw it, yes, it's a legendary man, right? Go ahead. I'm not gonna
Right.
spoil
So
it for.
Jordan Belfort, and those of you that are listening, you probably already know. If you don't know, Jordan Belfort is the guy from the movie that they, of course, wrote the movie after, and of course, exaggerated some
Mhm.
things, not everything, but some things from The Wolf of Wall Street.
Remember, I
Now
said it.
listen. Now listen. Now listen. If you know me, you'd probably say, "Whoa, that's a bit aggressive, Carlos. Like
Your number
that's
one
just
guy.
that's your number one guy, really? No, 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 no. Here's what I would say. It's not the things that he did as far as, the things that you watch. If you've seen the movie, I'm not talking about the things that are gross. I'm not talking about the things that he
We're on our
said,
edge
because he
of our
had a
seat.
really,
What's the
I
movie?
mean,
What's the
I'm
movie?
I'm trying to. That's the whole point of building suspense, man. Right?
I'm hanging
The
off the
movie
edge
is
here.
The Wolf of Wall Street. I've seen it. You've seen it. I hope
The
you've seen
wolf.
it. The Wolf of Wall Street is
The wolf. Yeah.
is the movie. But here's the exciting part about all this, man. It's not what he said, and I know he's got some horrible language in there and some things that he does and his lifestyle. I'm not I'm not excited about that. That's not what jumps out at me. I recently found out he has a podcast, and those of you that are
Yeah.
wanting to listen to his podcast, it's called The Lion's Den. It's a podcast where he brings on different people, has conversation with them, and he has found a way to bounce back from jail. But one, because he went to jail, and those
He's
of
got
you,
some good stuff too, by the way.
he does. He's the guy that always imposed the question, "Sell me this pen," right? Even though that's a sales gimmick that was something years and years ago before Jordan, but he really was the guy who coined it and made it famous. And then, of course, the movie people really coined it even more for him. That he's famous for, "Sell me this pen," right? And then Leonardo DiCaprio says, "Well, write me a check." Well, you can if you need a pen, right? You need a pen to write me a check. You don't write a check in pencil, right? So that's the need, right? The value proposition is there as far as the needed of the pen. But that's not the point, Alex. That's not what I'm talking about. Remove
Yeah.
all the grotesque stuff, remove all the mess that he did, remove all of that. For me, the reason he is one of the guys that I can pull a lesson from and I can resonate with is because he came out of jail and had absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
If you listen to his podcast, if you follow him on Instagram, if the only thing he had was his mind that they could not take away from him, right? And how to get back up, right? You could not rob perseverance. You could not take away the knowledge that he had gained over the years. You could not take that away from the man. You could take his house. You could take his cars. You can take the pillow that he slept on, right? You could do that. But you couldn't take anything else. That he lives in a country, we live in a country, that if you come out of nothing, you can build it into something, right? The reason it jumps out at me, Alex, is because, bro, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. And I mean, honestly, you are the guy, you are one of the few that know that, hey, when it comes to starting fully all over, been there. I can say I've been there and I've done that. And where I am today, I look at people like Jordan Belfort and say it is possible. So when I see people or I meet people that are stuck in a certain lifestyle, that are just living in a place that they can't get out of a hole, let me say this to you. You can get out of it, right? You can dig yourself out of it. So the reason Jordan Belfort jumps out at me, Alex, is because the ability of the American dream can be achieved as long as you've got the perseverance, right?
Great.
If you want the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain, right? Dolly Parton said that, bro. And it's so true, right? I know I'm trying to not laugh here because I'm quoting Dolly Parton, but it's so true, man. There's rain that I encountered in my life that, man, it was pouring and it was coming down quite hard, from honestly to nothing to something, because I have to admit, it's starting fully over, and I am beyond grateful. And I know the struggle that Jordan probably has gone through. You know what I mean? I know those tough moments, those tough situations where you're trying to figure out what happens now, what do I do next? And I can resonate with the man, right? I can honestly empathize with the man and say, hey, I get that. Forget all this other mess that you went through. But on this specific item, I get it. I feel you. So to me, it inspires me.
No, I got you. And the quote of the day for this episode is actually comes from your man.
From you. It comes from you.
No, so it comes from
if you want to succeed.
Jordan Belfort, and it's the only thing standing between you and your goals is the BS story you keep telling yourself as to why you can't achieve it.
Say that again, man. I feel like you need to say that again, and really take your time. Like, that is some serious stuff.
So check this out. Check this out. The only thing standing between you and your goals is the BS story you keep telling yourself as why you can't achieve it. Guys, scratch that. This is episode 25. Thanks for hanging out with us. Come back if you guys enjoy this. And with that being said, I'm Alex.
I'm Carlos, and here comes that little song.
See you.
Peace.